seen the usual Italian spots, Rome, Venice and Florence, but we're here to show you the less explored side, 3 destinations that show the country in a different way.
What if your next Italian getaway didn't involve elbowing your way through crowds?
Think picturesque, peaceful beaches, mountain adventure, and rustic Italian towns full of culture. These are the places Italians love and that travellers often overlook.
We found 3 destinations that have all the beauty of Italy without the chaos.
And you never know, they might be your next favourite destination. My top tip if you're visiting Tuscany is to head for the coast to the Maremma region. Here you'll find family-friendly campsites, beautiful beaches without a serried sunbed in sight, and some of the finest wines in all of Tuscany. Drive an hour south of Pisa and you'll reach the pretty hilltop town of Bolgheri, which has a fascinating wine history. In the 1940s, winemakers started experimenting by growing French grapes here, and today these wines are known as some of the best in the world, the Super Tuscans. You can taste them in the restaurants or take one of the many wine tours where you can sip a lovely glass as you gaze across the vines and the sparkling Tyrrhenian Sea. Close to the border of Lazio, you'll find the trio of medieval hilltop towns, Pitigliano, Sorano and Sovana. Here a visit is like stepping back in time. And nearby, the thermal hot springs, where locals love to bathe at the weekends. But in the weekdays, it's quiet. It's also free apart from parking. My top tip? After you visit, make sure you take a shower, because the sulphur does leave a bit of an eggy smell. I think for me, the best part of the Maremma region is that it has this beautiful stretch of untouched coastline. And my favourite beach is Cala Violina. It takes about a 20-minute hike through the forest, and there are no facilities, so make sure to pack your own provisions. But the views and the fact that you're pretty much alone on this beach make it more than worthwhile.
For me, the absolute best destination in Italy is the Dolomites. These beautiful jagged mountains are wonderful year-round. Most people associate them with skiing, and the snow sports there are absolutely wonderful. But there's some really great adventures to be found out of season. For me, it's the hiking and particularly the trail running that makes this area stand out. On the flip side, the Dolomites are also increasingly being known for wellness. There are a number of incredible spas with beautiful views over the mountain. One of the standout features of the Dolomites is that it has a very unique culture. And this is largely down to the ancient myths, legends, and traditions of the Ladine communities who have been in the mountains for centuries. You'll notice this in the cuisine. When you're in the Dolomites, you'll often find yourself eating dumplings or ravioli stuffed with spinach, and there's also a very distinctive and very delicious barley soup. So when traveling in the Dolomites, make sure you look out for these Ladine restaurants and mountain lodges. There is so much to do in the Dolomites. Last time I was there, I went horse riding up in the mountains through the snow, and you can also go snowshoeing. One of the really unique features about the Dolomites is that there actually aren't any chain hotels. So wherever you stay is likely to be family run and have been around for quite a while, whether that's a luxury hotel, a rustic mountain lodge, or even a city centre apartment. Now, this can mean that it's a little bit more expensive than other places where you might ski or stay in the mountains. But what it does do is bring a real authenticity of experience. It's not going to be like anywhere else you skied.
When you think of a European beach break, Italy might not spring to mind first.
I have heard that Sardinia makes an excellent coastal getaway with white sandy beaches and crystal clear turquoise waters. Now, many people think of Sardinia as the sort of place that the ultra wealthy go on holiday. But if you go to the south or the west of the island, to towns like Chia, you can have a surprisingly affordable break.
And one of the best ways to explore the coastline is to rent a boat. You don't need a skipper, you can just charter your own, and they seat up to 6. You can just pull into these little coves, pack a picnic, and that's a perfect day trip.
I really love the idea of being able to just jump off your boat and snorkel whenever you want.
Sardinia is really well known for seafood and also lamb. It's home to 3 million sheep. They make their own Pecorino Romano cheese there, which is world famous.
And the most important thing I've heard about food and drink is that you should finish every meal with a shot of Mirto, which is a little bit bitter, a little bit sweet, and the perfect way to end any meal. So Emilee, is there anywhere that we haven't mentioned that you'd recommend people visit if they want a more authentic Italian experience?
Yes, I would say that Puglia is still an underrated gem.
Somewhere I haven't been yet and
Yeah, it's
desperate to visit.
Absolutely gorgeous, like lovely food, quaint little agriturismos where you can stay for not very much money and also get your evening meal, and beautiful historic cities like Lecce.
So those are our tips for an Italian holiday a little away from the typical tourist trail.
If we've given you inspiration for your next Italian getaway, you can find more destination inspiration, travel tips and advice at independent.co.uk/travel.
And for more Travel Smart episodes, head to Independent TV.
Bye for now.